Hi everybody. Today we're going to be talking about AEM Solr Search. This is an open source project provided by Headwire.com, and it provides a sample reference implementation for integrating Adobe AEM and Apache Solr. So today what we're going to do is we're going to give you a brief tour into the integration. So the first thing we need to do is go to aemsolrsearch.com, and we'll start with the Getting Started section. This is the fastest way to get started. So in the interest of time, I've gone through and done most of these steps, but I'll give you a quick overview. So first we need to clone the Git repository. Once we've done that, we need to move into the root project, AEM Solr Search. And then we need to deploy the application to CQ using the auto deploy all target. The next step is deploying the Geometrics Media sample application. It's not recommended, or it is recommended, but it's not required. I do recommend that everybody go through and try this out. It has a reference implementation for using Sling eventing to do real-time index updates to Solr, and also includes some sample scripts for posting Solr JSON to do bulk updates. The next section goes over our Quickstart distribution. For convenience, we've packaged Jetty with Apache Solr to make it convenient for application developers to get started quickly with Solr. Specifically, we've also included a reference schema and Solr configuration that works nicely with the Geometrics media sample project. I have not done this step locally, so I'm going to go ahead and let's start Solr. So as you can see, I'm currently in the Quickstart distribution. And now let's go ahead and let's start Jetty. It should be noted that the first time you run these Maven goals, expect it to take at least 10 minutes. It's mostly due to the fact that you have to pull in Apache Solr and Jetty, and it comes with it an extensive set of dependencies. So as you can see, I'm up and running already. So let's see if Solr loads for us. By default, it's configured to listen on port 8080, and we have a default collection called collection 1. Yep, so we have Solr up and running. We'll do a sample query. You'll notice that no results have come back. The next step is to go through and index the geometric media articles. And we actually need to open up a new window since Jetty is running. Okay. And what we've done is we've gotten into the sample application, and we're going to kick off the indexing script. Okay, so that looks successful. If you go back to Solr and re-execute that query, we should see our sample documents in place, and we do. Okay. Now that we have that all running, let's go ahead and jump into AEM. So there is a sample content package called AEM Solr Search Geometrics Media Sample. I've deleted the page that actually is fully configured for the search demo. I'd like to be able to go through right now and recreate that one from scratch. So the first thing we're going to do is create a new page. We have provided a Bootstrap 2-column template as a reference example, and we're just going to call this page Geometrics Media Sample Search. Click Create, and let's open up that page. Okay, so the important thing to note is that when dealing with the UI components for AEM Solr Search, the main workhorse and coordinator is the search controller. And we have a client-side version and a server-side version available. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the client-side version. It's a little bit cooler than the server-side one. So I'm going to select Bootstrap Search Controller. And you can see by default it's actually not configured here. So let's go ahead and tell it which core we want. There's actually an OSGI service that by default is configured to reference localhost 8080 as your Solr endpoint. AEM Solr Search actually will pull to find all of the available cores or collections. We only have one right now, so we'll click that one and click OK. Now that we have our basic search controller configured, let's start dropping some UI components. So the first one that I'd like to add will be our search input. And then typically I like to use the search breadbox. This is used for allowing users to see their current applied filters or search term, as well as removing them. Another fun one is the search statistics. This shows you essentially how many hits your query has resulted in. You can see here it's 15. These are the full set of documents that we've indexed. Some timing information, and then the number of results that are displaying per page. Now let's go ahead and add our search results. There isn't a Bootstrap counterpart for this, but all of these components are available for extension using the standard overlay model. So as you can see here, we have all of our results. If the content included a description, we dynamically generate some teasers. And now let's go ahead and add some pagination so we can get to page 2 and beyond. Okay. And now search facets. Let's go back and we'll select search facets. Again, the search facets, like most of the other components, are configured through the search controller. So we need to go back there. We'll select facets. You have a couple of different options on ordering them. Number, count, alphabetical ordering. I'll leave the default there for now. You can also change display labels, number of facets to show. But really what we're interested in is adding some facets. All right, so I'm going to add some tags. The other thing to note here, the Solr field schema, this is dynamically generated based on the schema you have defined. So it works pretty nicely with just about any schema. I've already pre-configured our schema to work with the geometric site. So we've added 2 tags here, tags and an author. All right, so at this point I'm going to go ahead and disable WCM mode, disabled. And we have our search results here. So now we can apply facets, we can filter by author, we can remove in any order, we can do searches. There's one other feature we can talk about briefly. I'll have to go ahead and re-enable. Okay. So we're going to go ahead, hit highlighting is already turned on by default. Basically, I just want 3 snippets back, fully configurable. This pretty much wraps the API on the Solr side. And I'm going to go ahead and go against the teaser. It should be noted we've also provided in the reference implementation a update request handler, update script processor that dynamically generates the teaser, so that's there for your reference. And then I'll go ahead and re-execute that search, and we can see now that wrapper is highlighted in bold. So anyways, thanks for joining. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. On the AEM Solr site, go to the Contact Us section, and info@headwire.com is the best way to get a hold of us.